Good evening, my friends. This is Paul, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Wii U and Nintendo Switch, respectively. Now, all you're going to see here is footage from the Wii U version, simply because I own it, and the Switch version I rented from GameFly for the sake of reviewing. Nevertheless, I've played both games pretty thoroughly, so I know what to expect. I've also reviewed both of them already. This is just the first time I've done it with footage. So I'm going to mostly talk about the core Mario Kart 8 package, and then briefly get around to the differences that the Switch version brings later. So right off the bat, you're going to notice that Mario Kart 8 is the first Mario Kart to enter HD, and oh man, does it pay off. This is one of those games that perhaps more than any other Wii U title screamed, wow, the Wii U has really evolved a core series, and it really benefits from HD. Like a lot of games on the Wii U that were transitioned into HD were like, this looks only slightly better than its prequel. But Mario Kart 8 is just like leaps and bounds above everything we've ever seen. In fact, I would actually say these are the best graphics I've ever seen on the Wii U. They just mix the cartooniness of Mario plus a subtle degree of realism to a degree that I've never seen yet on the system. So, Mario Kart 8 is, of course, another Mario Kart game. You run around as characters from throughout the Mario and sometimes extended Nintendo universes. And while this is a driving game, what more can be said? Accelerate, brake, turn, etc. You also have items based on the Mario Kart series to help or hinder the players around you. Like lightning bolts shrink everyone and make them go slower. The blue shell targets people in the lead. You probably know the drill. I'm not going to repeat myself. The two new items that you find in Mario Kart 8 are the Super Horn, which can blast literally anything out of the way, including those dreaded blue shells, which Nintendo still refuses to get rid of, and the Piranha Plant, which acts like it does in Super Mario 3D World, where it devours anything in sight and can even grab coins for you, which you can grab up to 10, and the coins give you more speed. So if you're wondering, why are the AI opponents so fast? Maybe it's because they have coins? Ever thought of that? One guy did a whole theory on, does the AI still rubber band? And I have yet to test the theory, but it certainly seems like it based on the footage that I cut out of this review, because I didn't want to show myself being too terrible. For the most part, I like the balance of the item selection. I feel like you get what you deserve. If you're in first place, you're not going to get that great of items. When you're in last place, you get just enough where you should have a chance to be able to catch up. There's also the Super 8, but that's basically just an evolution of the Lucky 7 in Mario Kart 7, so I won't even bother mentioning it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's biggest contribution to the series has to be the anti-gravity. It contains a lot of the core changes that Mario Kart 7 introduced, including gliding and underwater racing, as well as kart customization. But anti-gravity is the real deal, and it's not just some gimmick. When I first heard about Mario Kart 8, I thought, oh dear, this is going to be a disaster. How the heck am I going to be able to wrap my mind around all of these dizzying twists and turns? Well, thankfully, the camera manages to be exactly how you want it to be. And a lot of times, if you watch the replays, you'll actually forget that you were upside down that whole time. And you can even edit it to make things go faster or slower. Tune out the songs if you want an unofficial in-game soundtrack. Yes! Sorry, I gotta do a Cosby imitation every now and then. Also, you can upload some of your shorts to YouTube if you feel like your editing skills are really up to par. There are 5 difficulty levels. There's the 50, 100, and 150 cc's that have been around since Super Mario Kart. Then there's also a mirror mode, which reverses all of the tracks, and 200cc, which makes everything go so blisteringly fast that if you don't know how to use the brake button, and if you use mushrooms too much, you are going to fail. Now, all of the stuff that I'm mentioning is unlocked from the beginning in the Switch version. The only things that you even can unlock in that version are staff time trial ghosts on 200cc, a new character, which is honestly very underwhelming, and I wouldn't even recommend trying to get it, and some new kart parts. Other than that, you're pretty much getting the same thing. Nintendo couldn't even bother to make one new regular race course. You're getting the exact same track list whether you're playing on the Wii U or the Switch. Now, what has been drastically revamped is the battle mode. There are a couple of small quality of life improvements in the Switch version, including auto drifting and auto steering, which I really liked the auto accelerate because it prevented my finger from constantly being on the A button, because I really don't like the Joy-Cons compared to the gamepad. And smart steering basically makes you invincible. Like, you can even drive off the edge and it'll just pop you right back on without even making you fall. There's also other little things like double item boxes, holding 2 items at once. The Boo returns, and you can even get the Feather, which hasn't appeared since Super Mario Kart, exclusively in the battle mode. Speaking of which, that is the biggest substantial upgrade that the Switch version has to offer over the Wii U, besides, the whole play it anywhere you want kind of deal. Battle mode has been so revamped that they just scrapped what was in the Wii U version entirely and decided to make a brand new set of arenas would be a better term, because they took regular racetracks in the Wii U version and just said, okay, find each other, when they weren't even specifically designed to be battled on. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you get 8 arenas, and one of them is actually based off Splatoon. The others are a mix of old and new Mario-themed tracks. You've got 5 modes. Balloon Battle, which is where you hit opponents and try to steal all of their balloons. Coin Runners, this is where it's more of a priority to grab the coins than to grab your opponents. Shine Thief basically has one character carry a shine sprite from Super Mario Sunshine, and everyone else has to, hammer on that player and grab the shine sprite for themselves. Then there's Renegade Roundup, which is where half of the team plays as piranha plant wielding racers that have to eat up the rest of the team, which get put in cages when they're eaten, and then you have to press a switch underneath the cage to rescue your teammates. I found this game very reminiscent of the, I don't really remember what it's called. I think it was like a variation of laser tag. Hide the Flag, there we go. We played Hide the Flag a lot as a kid, and that's what it really reminded me of, even though I didn't really have any friends to play 8 Deluxe with me. But thankfully the game allows you to play with computer opponents, which is definitely a huge step up from Mario Kart 64, which in my opinion has the greatest battle track ever, which is Block Fort. Sadly, it does not appear, but the tracks that do appear are very good. Overall, I would say that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart 8 are both really solid picks for their respective systems. If I had to choose one version over the other, I would definitely say go for the Switch version, hands down, unless you prefer the gamepad / Wii Remote and Nunchuck. Because, unfortunately, the Wii U version does not allow GameCube connectivity, although I haven't tested it yet in 8 Deluxe. I heard that there is an update that lets you use the Nintendo Labo motorbike. Unfortunately, I do not want to spend all that money on all that cardboard when I have very limited space to begin with, so I haven't tested that yet, but I presume that's a pretty cool option. And it's free, too. All you gotta do is just update the game. Now, if you already own Mario Kart 8, have purchased all the DLC, and you think you can't get anything out of it, would I recommend getting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? No. Unless you're a diehard fan of battle mode. If you are, by all means, go for it. Just get rid of the Wii U version if it isn't already downloaded on your system. But if you haven't played the Wii U version, it's a no-brainer. Not only does it have everything that Mario Kart 8 has to offer, but it also has new characters, a brand new battle mode, and a handful of tweaks and adjustments, but you can also play it anywhere you want instead of just being confined to the living room. But either way, if you happen to find one or the other and don't have the luxury of being able to pick, either one is a solid racing experience that you're going to have an absolute blast with. With that, thank you very much for listening. Yes, I know I didn't talk about online. It's because I don't like factoring in online to my reviews, because 1, they always kill me, and 2, Nintendo's about to launch their paid online service for the Nintendo Switch, and boy am I dreading that, so I'm hoping I can get some Fortnite footage in before I have to start paying for all of that. With that, thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, keep the faith, stay epic, God bless, and since Mario Kart 8 doesn't have seatbelts available for the racers, make sure you wear one when you're actually on the real road. Bye!